Alright guys, we're here with the Nissan. The first thing we did was an oil change, so we did lubrication, then we did airflow, and the next thing we're going to do is electrical. So you come over here and take a good look at these terminals here. They're pretty nasty. They were even worse before. They had like this little mountain of like salt looking stuff just growing up high on it. So what I did is I just scraped it off as best as I could, but I came to the conclusion that I'm going to just get new terminals. So I just decided that I'm going to get new terminals because these are pretty much shot and I don't want to go through the work of cleaning them. Alright, so here we have the terminals that I got for it. They're actually gold plated, as you can see. They're pretty nice. And the thing about gold plated is they actually don't corrode like what your lead terminals or your steel terminals or your brass terminals would. Because they'll oxidize. But when you put gold on there, it doesn't. I don't think it does. I've never seen it happen on any gold terminals I've seen. They're a little bit more spendy. They're these ones ran me about 10 bucks a piece, so that's not bad and it's worth it. The thing is, when you get bad flow right here to the battery, it's going to affect your alternator, and your alternator is not going to have enough flow, and that's going to start to gunk up, and everything's just, there's not going to be enough flow, and it's just all going to gunk up, and it's just gonna be bad. So I have noticed some issues with my car with electrical here and there. So what we're gonna do is we got the terminals we're gonna put on there. We're gonna clean off the old battery terminals really good. We also have electromotive cleaner to clean off the alternator and the battery, basically anything else that's electric. And the only thing I'll have to worry about in the battery after that is the little lead stubs that come out of the battery, which will corrode. But so let's get started. Alright guys, we're having a little bit more trouble getting this one off, and that's another good reason we're replacing it. It is very caked up in this white dust. That white dust is actually called lead sulfate, I believe, and it is toxic to ingest or to breathe, and I'm not sure if it does anything if you touch it. I do feel like I'm kind of itchy sometimes after I touch it, but it's kind of, you know, something you want to stay away from, so it's good we're putting different types of terminals on there. But this is not coming loose. I have it loosened up. What we're gonna try is we're gonna try some of our electromotive cleaner, and we're just gonna spray it off a little bit just to help break it loose, and we'll pop it off. Alright, if we're able to spray that a little bit, pry on it a little bit, and I think we're gonna be able to get it off. There we go. Alright, so we got our old terminals here, and what we're going to work on is getting them off. If you can get a good look at it right here, it's kind of hard to see, but right here, it's just kind of, it's weird how it's connected. Yeah, like that. Alright guys, so we got these terminals, and if you get a good look at it, you can see that it's clamped on as I showed you. The problem about being clamped on is that I'm just going to have to cut the wire. I'll do the same over here, and this one has 2 wires going into it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get both of those wires into that one slot, but we're gonna try and we'll make it work. So we're just gonna cut the wires, and then we're gonna be able to strip the wire and put the new ones on. Alright, pretty simple. We just got that on there, slide it on. Now we're going to slide it on to its new place, tighten it down, and move on to the next one. Alright, so we got the terminals on. It looks pretty good. There was no problem with those 2 wires. They were a little bit short, but all we had to do is just connect one of the wire fasteners down there. They do look pretty good. I like them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scrub these down, and I'm going to spray them with the electromotive spray before I put them back on. And I'm going to do the same thing with the alternator and anything else that needs it. So. We got those new terminals on. They weren't that expensive. So if it's $10, it's worth your money because it's gonna last you longer, and you're not gonna have to get like a new alternator or a new battery eventually as soon as you would with the other ones. So it's probably even you save more money. Anyways, you come down here, you got your alternator. I'm looking at the terminals in here. I'm inspecting it. They look pretty good. I had it on a Ford Ranger where I went and checked the terminals and I was yanking on them, and I ripped them right off. Yeah, so I ripped the nut right off, so I had to get a new alternator, which was like $200. So it's good to inspect all this electrical stuff here, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray down the alternator. We're gonna spray inside of it, we're gonna spray these connections, and we're gonna find anything else electrical we need sprayed down, spray it down, and call it good. Alright, so we went over almost every single electrical connection in here. We went across the ignition packs, sensors, connections to the alternator. We went over almost everything, and we cleaned out those connections. So that will really help us and just stop anything that might have been going wrong, or just to help in the long run. So, and we got new terminals. Those will last me a lifetime. I'll probably get rid of this car before I have any problems with those. And that's a good checkup, a good tune-up of all this. And it's just a good thing to generally get done if you have the time and you just feel like doing something on it. Alright, that's it for this part of the tune-up. We got one more coming up, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and keep it classic.